So here is the word of the day.
Dopamine.
All right.
Dopamine is.
Are you trying to Google it right now? Don't worry, it's right here.
Oh, are you?
So what is one thing that annoys you the most?
Yeah, my husband.
I was just gonna say Gary. Hi, Gary.
And you are listening to The Dog Behind the Human with me, your host, Dog Coach Francis.
I'm Tina Ryan. Hi, guys.
All right, Tina, we have our word of the day. So
Is that easy to pronounce?
Don't worry, it's super easy. So here is the word of the day.
Dopamine. Dopamine is.
Are you trying to Google it right now? Don't worry, it's right here.
Oh, are you? So it's a neurotransmitter produced by the hypothalamus, a small region of the brain that helps you feel pleasure. So it's the same like endorphins, diba?
However, it's an important part in your reward system, meaning the brain releases hormone when you feel good. This hormone when you feel good. So we also use this phenomenon whenever we want to train dogs, right? So because whenever they get a treat and they want to do more.
So tonight, all you dog lovers out there, especially if you're like a golden retriever fans, you're gonna get a lot of dopamine. Diba? Your body's gonna produce a lot of dopamine tonight because we're gonna talk about that. Can I just say something, Coach? Dapat meron tayong disclaimer na for the entire duration of the show, hindi po kami nagpapakahusay ni Coach. Hindi po Pilipino ang guest natin. Kaya
Right.
Bonggang Englishan po ang mangyayari.
Yeah, we were actually discussing that. Hey, you know what, Tina? You really need to brush up on your accent and your English. No, you guys, we're just kidding. Anyway, so without further ado, so let me just present to you our guest. Our guest is a professional breeder of golden retrievers and a champion breeder at that. And one of my dog, her name is Stella, bred in Tsillan County in Washington, USA. So they were very helpful. Finally, we'd be able to bring in our good friend straight from Washington State. Welcome to the show, Megan Hammon.
Thanks for having me.
Megan.
Hi, Megan. Okay, first and foremost, we want to thank your husband for driving for you because we probably would be rescheduling the show if you were on the road.
Right. And that would be Gary, right? If I remember that right. It's Gary's driving right now.
It's Gary, yes.
All
Shout
right.
out
So
to
hello, Gary.
Okay, so you guys are on the road. Oh, hi, there you go. There's Gary. And seems like you're obviously on the road. Are you delivering like any puppies from?
We're bringing a couple puppies over.
Oh, how cute.
All right. So let's get this started first with Megan. Can you tell us a little bit of a background about yourself? What got you started with golden retrievers, to be specific?
We got really lucky with our dog Hunter. Now Hunter's been an amazing dog. He's, knock on wood, he's 9 years old and never had a health problem. And his temperament's phenomenal. And my husband put him through therapy dog school.
Wow.
I mean, we really got lucky. But that's how we got into it, which is like I was looking to get other dogs to breed with him, and we purchased a couple, and they failed their hips. One failed their hips, one failed their elbow test. It was very eye-opening. I mean, very eye-opening. Like, why are these dogs failing? Why is this happening? And then we did some research and found out that these dogs from the breeder we bought these dogs from, who had the parents, the mom had hip dysplasia, and it was on OFA's website that she was dysplastic, and they knew and just kept breeding her.
Wow.
How does one become like a certified, or what are the steps to being like a reputable breeder in the US?
You need to make a presence and you need to be involved. And when you go to breed, you want to look back on their pedigree and see how many ancestors you can find that have that health testing done, so you can get an idea of what those scores are to help give you some predictability on what you're going to be producing when you breed those two dogs together.
Mm-hmm.
Coach, so Megan is supposed to be the one that the dog that you were I was supposed to fly back here to Manila. It's supposed to come from Megan. Tama?
Yes.
Yeah, because I was
we've
supposed
been
to
planning
fly
to get
there,
puppies.
Megan.
What?
But I did. I was supposed to fly back in May, and I thought, but it got canceled because of the pandemic. But yeah, so I guess I was supposed to get the puppy from you. That I was gonna fly back here to Manila. Well, nice to meet you.
Do you get bashed for being a professional breeder? If so, how bad is it?
Well, when I first started really getting into it, like not just having my first couple of litters, but like really getting into some big lines, this lady told me that I was getting a puppy from. She's like, be careful. And she said, there's a golden retriever mafia. And I literally laughed. I was like, oh my gosh, like, okay, whatever.
Mafia.
And are you serious?
Yeah, that's what she said. And I was like, okay, whatever. And so I kept going, and it's true. Literally, maybe that's not the right word for it, but it's definitely true.
Yeah. So you shared a story before of one lady who probably abused one of your golden retrievers, right? That you rehome and ended up in a shelter. And what happened to that story? What happened to the dog?
So we have a contract that doesn't allow for that. And so I contacted the shelter, and they were not very nice. They did not want to work with me. And then I went back to the people that I placed the dog with, and they were finally like, you know what, we screwed up. They pulled the dog out, and we met them, took the dog in with us, and we have 8 children. The dog didn't demonstrate any biting behavior that she claimed, that there was one of her grandchildren that were bit, and I didn't see any posturing. There was nothing in that dog that was indicating the dog was uncomfortable or was going to bite.
From people who probably got the puppy from you, and has there any instance that they are actually shipping the puppies back to you because of whatever concern they have with the puppies?
No, I've only gotten a couple dogs back.
But you do take the responsibility for that, and I like that. That's one thing that I've noticed. Right now, there are a lot of even vloggers who've been vlogging about puppies that can be found in pet stores, right? What do you think about those puppies being sold in pet stores?
I think it should be a crime. I mean, how is that good for the dog? I mean, first of all, they're not fully vaccinated. They're in a pet store. They're now subjected to anything and everything. What's their socialization like? I mean, and then not only that, what's the follow through to find out where they're going to go?
Right. Those are questions. Those are really valid questions.
And I like that last question. I mean, what's the follow through where they're going to go? Yeah.
I mean, you're literally, even think that, oh, look at that poor dog in there, I'm going to save it by buying the dog. You're actually supporting the cause and just encouraging the people that are doing what they're doing to do it again, because they know it works. Does that make sense?
True. Yes, it does. Well, I'm kind of guilty of having to buy one just because I saw her there for like maybe 4 times already in 3 months, and she's outgrown the cage. What is your most favorite trait about having golden retrievers?
their personality, it's just pretty much like no other.
I guess it's personality talaga, no?
Right.
I was telling Megan I've never had a golden retriever. I've had dachshunds, and they're kind of like hard-headed, Megan. But I love those little buggers.
In terms of breeding golden retrievers, how do you find the dogs that need to be bred, and what are you breeding for?
Well, we're breeding for therapy dogs. We're breeding for service dogs. We're breeding for show prospects, and then the rest of the puppies all go to be family companions.
For service dogs, what do you think is a trait needed for a therapy dog or a service dog?
Adaptability.
Adaptability?
High
Okay.
tolerance.
High tolerance to what? Just in case for some people who doesn't understand what a service dog
to
is.
people, to touch, to being, pet on constantly in their face, maybe their ear being pulled. Because, you have to think about it. These dogs that go, like a therapy dog that goes into a facility to work, they have to just be prepared to be kind of mauled, essentially. This dog had to be really tolerant. A lot of dogs would bite, they would cower down, there's all kinds of things that they would do.
I'm going to do a test right now, Megan. Let's see. He's okay so far. He's okay, but he's looking at me funny. Okay, I'm kidding. Okay.
Yeah, I love it that you said tolerant. The dog needs to be tolerant because at least on the training perspective, they're saying that, my dog loves being hugged and they really appreciate that. And I've been telling them, well, your dog is tolerant of your hugs, and especially you're the pet parent, they're tolerating you. But what's true for you doesn't mean it's true for everybody else.
Everybody, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So what do you think about that comment? Like, my dog loves being hugged, and I would like to hug and squeeze them and then just keep them close to me. What do you think of that?
I don't think dogs like to be hugged, to be honest with you. It's very, it's constricting. They tolerate it because they love the person that's doing it. But I don't think that they all love to be hugged.
You don't like mommy hugging you?
All right, Tina, that's two person now telling you that Kobe tolerates you but doesn't really appreciate it.
Megan, I don't have kids. So I was like telling Coach, just let me be. I don't have kids. He's my baby. So, but if he could speak, he would have said, Mom, stop. I'm like, enough,
So, Megan, for breeding golden retrievers and then service dogs, what do you think is next for you and Gary as you breed golden retrievers? What's your long-term goal?
My long-term goal is to build a service dog training center.
Wow.
And that's why we're partnering with Megan. Maybe they can, we can just really work that out because we don't have that, right?
Megan,
medical service dog here in
it's
the
barely
Philippines.
starting. I have so many questions, but so when the litter comes out of the mom, how many months does the puppy have to be for the training to start?
That's a really good question because I'm not actively training service dogs. So after they get through, the stage with us and they go to their new home or whatever that step would be same thing. They would keep training. There would be more limitations to their training until they're fully vaccinated.
Mm-hmm.
But it's mostly socializing is a huge component to any dog to be successful. And that's pretty much got to start right away.
You know what, Tina, I would love to continue chatting with Megan, but Megan's busy and we're almost out of time. So, Megan, we're just going to go into our last segment for the show. It's called the Zoomies Round, wherein you'll just be answering simple. So, well, some of them can be tough, but it's really fun. It's called the Zoomies Round. All right, Zoomies Round, Tina.
Okay, Megan, first question, sunset or sunrise?
Sunrise.
Beach or mountain?
Beach.
What's your favorite drink?
Dr. Pepper.
Have you ever ran a red light?
Oh, I'm sure I have.
So what is one thing that annoys you the most?
Yeah, my husband.
I was just gonna say, Gary. Hi, Gary.
Hello, Gary. Megan, what is your favorite holiday?
I have to say Christmas.
Oh, that's so Filipino-like. Filipinos love Christmas, and it's almost September. Believe it or not, people consider September 1st as the first day of Christmas.
Yeah, we're popular like that, Megan. We're known to celebrate Christmas for like 4 months.
All right,
Megan,
next.
if you get a text from your favorite dog, what would it say?
I love you.
Aww. Coach?
Simple as that. You probably have that one dog, okay? That one dog that probably gave the biggest impact on you, or even on Gary's side, or on the family. So my question is, who is the dog behind the human, Megan Hammon?
Hunter.
And who is Hunter?
Hunter is the dog that we bought 9 years ago that started everything.
I think is he part of the logo that you used before? Was that Hunter? Hunter was red, was it?
Yes.
All right. Any final words, Megan, to everybody who's listening to the show?
I thank you for having me, and I feel really honored, and would love to share any insight if anybody had any questions. And I'll send you a copy of that magazine, Francis, that stories in, so you can hang it in your training center. Maybe can inspire other people.
Right.
And hopefully I get to meet you this year and take home a puppy for a coach.
Definitely. That'd be amazing.
Right. Well, if only, Tina, I would like to fly there myself.
Yeah, I'd like to see you guys, actually.
All right. And we would love to invite you over to the Philippines as well.
When everything's settled.
Right. The weather here is going to be awesome for you guys. Again, it's the tropics. Hopefully we get this COVID thing out of the way and we're back to living our best life. Right. All right. Again, thank you so much, Megan. This has been your host, Dog Coach Francis.
And Tina Ryan here.
Saying keep healthy.
Keep safe.
And don't forget to pet your dog. Bye, guys.